Dictionaries are versatile data structures in a way that they can be changed like lists, but while you can access data in a list with the index only, in a dictionary each value has a key that also points to it. So think about a dictionary in real life. You have the word that you're looking for, and then you have its meaning. The word points to the value that you're actually searching for, which is the meaning. In programming, it's the same way. A dictionary is formed by key value pairs like this. As you can see in this example, dictionaries are created by surrounding the information with curly brackets, separating each key and value with a colon, and separating different key value pairs with commas. Since the occupation is the last key and value pair, there's no comma at the end of it. This formatting of dictionaries is a matter of preference. There's nothing that is technically mandatory, but there is a standardization pattern in Python called PEP8, and it dictates a few rules for formatting code, and this is one of them. And overall, it's just easier for you to read a dictionary if the format is like that. The first curly brace is opening the dictionary, one indentation in each item that's inside the dictionary, and then the curly braces at the very bottom closing them again. Essentially, this is the same thing as this. A dictionary can be useful because it's fairly more descriptive than lists. For example, if you use the same information to create a list like so, you can see here that while it's fairly easy for us to understand that John is a name and lawyer is an occupation, the number 25 might get lost in translation. We're not quite sure what it means. You can obtain all the keys in a dictionary by using the keys function. So let me just print out from the dict one that we have created all the keys. And when I run the code, I get the keys name, age, and occupation. And also you can get the values using a similar function named values. And there we have. The values are John, 25, and lawyer, respectively. When you want to access one particular value in your dictionary, you'd use slicing like so, with square brackets to indicate what you want to retrieve, and then you would pass inside here the name of the key for which value you are looking for. So let me just print out this. Whilst in lists or strings you would pass the index number, here in dictionaries you would pass in the key value. And as you can see, I passed in the name and I get John. Now we just saw how to access a value in our dictionary. Let's use that to make a change to it. The way to do that is simply to assign a new value to this reference of the dictionary one called name. So let me just change this name to Bob and print out the updated dictionary. And as you can see, the name here now is Bob. To remove items from your dictionaries, you can either use the del keyword or you can use the pop method. So the del keyword works like so. Let's say I want to delete the name, key, and value pair. So we'll just want to have age and occupation. When I run the code, you can see here that's what I get. Or alternatively, I can use the pop method. And then I pass inside of the pop method whatever as parameter, whatever I want to have removed from our dictionary. So if I want to remove the name John, I'll do it like so. And as you can see, it works the same way. As with lists, you can use the min and max methods to obtain respectively the smallest and largest values, key values on the lists, and the len function to obtain the quantity of values in it. So let me just showcase that really quickly. So if I print out the min of dictionary 1, you can see here that I get the smallest index or the smallest key in this dictionary, which is 1. Same goes for max, which is 3. And if I print out the len, I should also get 3 because there are overall 3 key value pairs in this dictionary. As with other data structures, you can nest data structures inside your dictionary. Let me give you an example of that. So as you can see here, I've nested other dictionaries as the value of each of these keys. So each line here has a string student1, student2, student3 as a key, and then there's a whole other dictionary as the value for that key. Now let's do a couple of exercises. Okay, so for the first exercise, try to print out on our terminal the neighborhood where Alex lives. So we're trying to access this value here, downtown. You want to use the slicing that I showed you earlier to reach this point and to print this value. Just to explain a bit further, we have 3 dictionaries, one nested into the other. This is the first dictionary, and then there is the key resident1. The value of that resident1 is the second dictionary, which has first a name, and then it has an address for which the address is the key, and then the value of said key are the city and neighborhood in the dictionary. So you're going to have to use some slicing. Give it a shot, and I'll give you the solution in a little bit. And I'll give you the solution in a little bit. So as I mentioned earlier, what we want to do is to print said value inside this dict1. And to access, well, let me just remove the print function for now so it's a bit more clear what I'm doing. So I want to access inside this dict1, I can't go straight to the neighborhood. This won't work. What I need to do is access the value of resident1, then I'll need to access the value of address, and lastly the value of neighborhood. And the way to do that is simply by slicing multiple items at a time. So resident1, then I want to access address, and then inside that address the neighborhood, like so. So let me just surround this, or rather add it to the print function, and as you can see, we get our neighborhood here. Okay, now on to the second exercise. Try to add the contents of the second dictionary into the first dictionary. Oh, sorry, there's a typo here. So try to add these 2 key and value pairs into this dict1. Pause the video now and give it a go. Okay, the solution for this problem, according to what we saw today, is to create new keys, band, and instrument into this dictionary. And the way to do that is simply by typing which dictionary I'm working with, the new key, and assigning to that key the values that I want to be added. So this is a string, I'll have to surround it in quotes, and the same thing for instrument. Base. Now when I print this dict1, you can see that the new values, band and instrument, are indeed appended to the dictionary 1. Now another way to do this, which I haven't shown you yet, but is using the update method. The update method allows you to merge 2 dictionaries very easily, and it's just a way to simplify things when you have a lot to work with. And the way to use this method is by passing inside whatever you want to have appended or added to your dictionary as a whole. So this is a simpler way. You can see that if I had many different key and value pairs to be added, this would save me a lot of trouble. So let me just print out dict1, and you can see here that with this method, the same values, key and value pairs, band and instrument, are now added to the dictionary one. So that was it for today. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next time.